Speaking of handsome, next up at Noche UFC, we have Raul Rosas Jr. taking on Terrence Mitchell. Raul Rosas Jr. 7-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He is coming off his first career loss. He's taking on Terrence Mitchell, 14-3 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off that stoppage loss in his UFC debut. Raul Rosas Jr., he's super young. Like the analogy I used on the Quick Picks video is he's barely old enough to go to a titty bar. Kid's 18. He turned 18. He's
21 in Indiana. We went to Louisville a lot. It was 18 and fully nude in Louisville, so that was an experience.
But they can't serve alcohol.
They do not serve alcohol.
Yeah,
that
you
is
can't
right.
have both.
But as an 18-year-old, we would drive the 2 hours to Louisville, and we would have ourselves a night.
I bet you would. Raul Rosas Jr., he was 17 when he signed with the UFC. His parents famously had to sign a permission slip to allow him to fist fight for a living. He is 18 now. He is a grown man, and he is in charge of his own life. He's a nonstop grappler. He has 8 takedowns in 3 fights, 19 minutes of control time, and 2 of those fights didn't go the distance. His striking definitely needs a little bit of work, but he's going to come in reckless. He's going to throw. He said, what he thinks is power. He's still, 18 years old.
Great striker.
He's a
I preached on that last time. Guy's a great striker.
You did preach on that last time. He could definitely put himself into harm's way for no reason, but he is fast. He's athletic. He sets a relentless pace. He's coming off that loss, and it just reminded us that he's so young. Because what happened at that loss, he came out, he got the grappling going, won that first round, was chasing a little too much for a finish. Second round came exhausted, was hanging on too long to submissions, was going at 100% effort for things that he shouldn't have been doing. And it really just, it at the end of the day, it just came down to lack of experience, and that for both in the cage and life. And that's all it was, because he gassed himself out doing nothing. The analogy, a little bit of a sidebar here. If you remember when Conor...
The lawyer talk, there's that cop talk.
No, that's just corporate speak. When Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor started to get tired over time, the announcers were talking about it. They're like, the difference is, I'm sure Conor is in phenomenal shape, and I'm sure he has trained all the rounds. The difference is the more you fight, the more you learn when you can relax, where your spot is to relax. Conor's not relaxing anywhere. Everything he's doing is 100%. There's no relaxing. That's how Raul Rosas was.
Wow, you just compared Conor McGregor and Raul Rosas.
The lack of experience that resulted in gassing because he tried too hard and didn't ever take the foot off the gas.
You said that Rosas is a better striker than Conor McGregor. Light him up in the comments. That's what people do. I put a tweet out today comparing Usman and Shevchenko, just the way that their careers have gone lately. And somebody was like, are you actually comparing Usman to women's MMA? No, I wasn't. But thank you for asking. No, what the fuck?
Internet people aren't the brightest for the most part. Daniel, talking to you. So anyway, Raul Rosas, aggressive grappler, lost that fight. It really just came down to he was probably the better fighter in that matchup. It just came down to lack of experience and knowing when to not go 100% effort. Taking on Terrence Mitchell. Terrence Mitchell's a long, lean, also a grappler. He doesn't have the best takedowns, but he is very dangerous on the ground. Unfortunately for him, I mentioned this last time we broke him down, his most popular video when you're going to break down tape is cocky fighter gets knocked out in 30 seconds. And that's, he was on The Ultimate Fighter. He was a complete asshole to Kai Kara-France. And then Kai Kara-France knocked his ass out. If you remove that and you look at his career, his body of work, first of all, 14-3 is a very solid record. Second of all, he's a pretty good fighter. He doesn't suck on the feet. He's fast. He does a great job just throwing up kicks out of nowhere with no notice. He can knock you out. He can submit you on the ground, but he can also be taken down and outworked. For that reason, I got to go with Raul Rosas. He's definitely going to be the pick. He's probably safe to parlay, but this minus 750, there's better value on this card. That money is gone. He has proven to make poor fight IQ decisions, and not for any fault other than he's ridiculously young and he's still learning. So I'm not going to parlay him. The opportunity, him and Roman earlier, maybe made some sense, but minus 750 is just a lot. And I think there's other money here at a better discount. But You can go to Bet Openly. You get them at minus 525. Much, much better odds there, but you got to hope somebody grabs the other side, which they might, because paying out at plus 525 is also decent. So anyway, Rosas is the pick. A little too young to trust him at these odds. I was hoping we'd get a discount on his bounce back, but I guess not. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, minus 800 now on the odds for Raul Rosas.
It's wild that so people really trust him more than Roman Kopylov.
That's what they're saying. Trust him a lot more too.
Yeah,
a lot more.
Yeah,
Lupi's finally minus 450, which is probably where she should be, honestly, in that type of fight. But yeah, Raul Rosas minus 800. I have no doubt that he probably should win this fight. It should be a grappling affair, and we've seen Terrence Mitchell. He's a decent grappler, but with his striking, with his grappling, he gets a little bit too aggressive. When you get too aggressive, especially against a guy like Raul, that's where you make mistakes. The reason Raul won his last fight was because that guy did not get aggressive. He just kind of stayed the course. He's very even-keeled, very methodical in everything he does on the ground. Didn't make mistakes, was wearing down Rosas by staying alive and then wearing him down with his own offensive grappling. And Terrence Mitchell is not a guy that extends fights, right? Luckily for Raul, he is also kind of a first round or bust guy at this point in his career. So Raul in this matchup should be able to get the takedowns, should be able to get the control, find that submission, maybe even find, I know the submission might be like minus money, the TKO. We could have get a situation where it's just a body lock. He wants the TKO in front of the home fans, pop, 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 that type of thing. So TKO might be excuse me?
They're in Vegas.
Well, if you don't think this place can be packed full of Mexican fans, you got another thing coming, Angelo. So it's going to be packed. They're going to be rooting for him. So we could see a TKO. That could be a little bit of sneaky value there, because I trying to pull it. I forgot that I was about to pull it up. I actually forgot what I was doing. But that would be probably the way to play something like that. But, Terrence Mitchell is, you see the 14-3. You see, he just got holes in his grappling game, and that's what Raul does best. So Raul by first round KO TKO is plus 550. I think it might be worth the sprinkle.
Maybe. I doubt it. He doesn't throw hands at all on the ground. At all. Not even a little bit.
Well, he does.
He just grapples. He does? I can pull up the stats. Tough guy.
Ahead.
All right. Fucking Muppet.
There we go.
Dumb bastard.
I'll pull them up too, because I know how you like to interpret stats.
Okay. Let's see. Raul Rosas Jr.
Look at that Contender Series fight.
20 Contender Series fight.
20
strikes. How many strikes did he land in his last fight, which went a full 15 minutes? I'll wait.
I'm looking it up. My internet's getting a little bit laggy here. Hold on a second.
For anybody
hold on a
wondering,
second.
The answer is
hold
2.
on a second. I'm looking it up.
He had 3 takedowns, 5 minutes of control time, and landed 2 strikes.
He's like the anti-Chimaev. Like Chimaev against him, like nobody landed a strike for like 3 fights, and then he's only landed. Jesus. We need to get him in touch with Ryan Hall, huh?
3-round decision. Jesus Christ. Anyway, 90.
So plus 550 on the TKO. You might want to. Submission is plus 100. You might want to just play the plus 100.
96. Daniel's officially hitting from this channel, by the way, in case you didn't know. So he's gone forever. Sorry, bud.
I didn't see what you got upset about.
He was just shitting on some random stuff, and he crossed the line, so he's gone. That's what happens. He is now in the abyss, commenting to nobody. $9,600 in DraftKings for Raul Rosas Jr. Probably worth it, honestly, because with the takedowns, with the control time, I got to look at how well he scores, because 2 strikes is going to do it. But if he's getting 3-4 takedowns, a ton of control time, the eventual submission, he could cover that. $9,600 is a lot of money, so I have to look at it, see how he scored previously. But certainly DraftKings appreciates grappling, and this is the guy that's going to do it for sure. What do you think about DraftKings, Jakey boy?
It should be pretty good.
All right. WeWantPicks.com. Become a member. You can unlock all of the tools, the insight, the information, the breakdowns, the analysis, anything that you have ever needed to have some fun and make some money watching these fights. WeWantPicks.com. Just click Become a Member.